Hi, I just want to do a quick little talk about coffee shops. And, okay, hold on. Coffee shops have a real significant meaning to me. So if I invited somebody for coffee, it's a huge deal to me, right? I know that when I was younger, I'd go to the coffee shop and it was a place of security. It was a special place for me when I had nowhere to go really, and I felt I just needed time. I could go there and I could read, I could write, and I was accepted. Other people in the coffee shop were accepted too. It was like a donut shop. And it was a place of acceptance. I guess it was kind of like, some people talk about a bar. Cheers. Everybody knows your name. The same thing can be said of a coffee shop. Anyway, I invited my dad to have a coffee with me at the coffee shop, and it was a big deal to me, and it was my way of trying to establish a different kind of relationship with him, where it wasn't where he was holding court treating me like garbage. It was us being equals. So he went in his fancy coat, and he was a very conventionally attractive man, and he was really tall. He was like 6'4", 6'5", maybe 6'6" even. He towered over everybody else. And he kind of walked in, a stately looking guy, and looking down at everybody, basically, literally. And when we sat down, he kind of had that attitude. And when I tried to sit and talk with him, he acted bored, he acted impatient, he didn't want to communicate with me, he didn't want to have a talk with me. I made an attempt when I was 21, 22, and he wanted none of it. Not interested. I gotta get going now. Yet, so why was he so uncomfortable? Because he didn't want equality. If in a relationship with a person and they don't want equality, and they have a certain position for you, and that's where you have to stay. And if they don't want to change it, then why are you even bothering? So I tried, and then he said, I found God, and this and that, and invited me for Christmas dinner. I go for Christmas dinner, there is no dinner. Just some buns on a plate, and he had mud wrestling on the television set. I told him to turn it off 3 times. Another insult. So it's about power, and it's, I have the power, I dictate terms, this is the way it's going to be. He sits across from me, he's miserable. He picks up this letter opener and starts jabbing it at me as he's talking, with this look on his face of pure hatred, and he's going like that at me. And I thought, okay, so that's what you're comfortable with. It took me a while, but I did. After that, I went no contact. After that, no, I'm not seeing you again. And I remember, like, I'd have an aunt say, have you talked to your father? I said, no. Oh, God, that's just too bad. Or, maybe you should. Why? What would be the purpose? I mean, sometimes somebody from the family would call me, and then he'd get on the phone. But he has an audience all listening to him. And he's going, oh, yeah, I really miss you. Yeah, I hope, I love you. He's performing for the other people that are listening to him talking on the phone to me. But when we were one-on-one, he communicated to me what he really felt. And I saw that so crystal clear, and I guess the message is, what I've learned, the lesson learned is, if somebody does not want to treat you with respect, and they do not want to have a relationship with you where you have any power, there is no relationship. Okay, God bless.